Alright, welcome back to Death by Dragons. It's been a while, but we are here, and I'm here with the magnificent Matt Hogday. Hi, Matt.
Bold statement, good morning.
Bold statement. We're in Matt's house, which is actually, it's a
building site.
It's a building site, it's half the building site. But check out, we're going to show you this amazing game table as we're playing, because it's really, he's just built this, it's really cool. So, those of you who know who Matt is, he is a game designer extraordinaire, model caster, something like that.
XGW,
Xmantic, so designer of Firefight, if you might not know that.
Yes.
There we go. So we're going to have. He's also really important to say the current UK #1.
Yeah, for until the weekend when it changes.
Yeah, so that's because there's been one tournament and Matt won it.
Yeah, the world kind of went a bit topsy-turvy for 2 days. So.
Yeah, cool. So that's quite fun. So if you've got 2 players, so 2 Ratkin players, used to playing Ratkin.
Yeah.
So I bought Elves.
And I've got Orcs.
Orcs, brilliant. so
there was no Ratkin list to play yet, so...
It's fair enough, yeah. And I guess so people don't come to this channel for expert gameplay, to be frank, so we should have a bit of fun. So cool, we're going to play a 2,250 point battle today. We haven't enrolled for scenario and stuff yet, so we'll do that on the voiceover and stuff. Yeah. So what's the thought behind your army, which is currently just been blue tacked to bases? It's building site I mentioned.
I had a concept of what I wanted to try, and I think this probably won't do it at all, but
good.
Give it a go. So I quite like the SKULKS and the scouting.
Yep.
So the plan is to try and have a wave of interference to stop your opponent from manoeuvring, and then try and basically ram a load of orcs in your face behind the wave of interference.
That's where I like orcs, in my face. I bought L, so I'm not doing Silver Breeze spam because it doesn't work against everyone. I'm trying to get an all-comers list. So it's quite fast. It's quite punchy. It's got some cats in it. Cats. Cool. So let's take a look at the army lists.
All right then. So these are my elves. So we start with 2 regiments of Stormwind Cavalry, one of whom has Pathfinder. We got 2 hordes of Palace Guard because Palace Guard are amazing, and one of whom has got Chant of Hate, so it's elite and vicious, aka shock troops. A horde of Dracons. 2 regiments of Battlecats. A Tree Herder. 1 Argus Rodenizer. He's the special character that is now a monster, but he's an individual monster that grants inspiring as well as being inspiring. So he grants inspiring to 1 unit on the battlefield per turn, which is fantastic for 70 points. We've got an Archmage with Lightning Bolt and the Boomstick, so that is Lightning Bolt 8, Elite Lightning Bolt 8. Now I had the choice of a heal mage, so heal and Shroud of the Saint, or the Lightning Bolt one. And in this list, I've gone for the Lightning Bolt one. We've got a king. So this is, I'm still not sure about the king, but I'm giving him a go. So he's on a horse with the shard blade, so he's on 2s. He's got the hunting cat, so he's got duelist. And I've given him brutal, Pirates of Terror. And 2 bolt throwers. So that's my list. So it's not that elite. It's not the Silver Breeze list. I talked about that already. And the reason is because the Silver Breeze list works amazing. It's really, really good until you meet Night Stalkers. Or anyone else with a remote bit of, speed or stealth. It's just too much of a one-trick pony for me, and I need something that's a little bit more flexible. So that's what I've come up with. So these are my elves. So let's move on to the orc list. I've been waiting for ages to use this picture. Anyway, finally got it. That's gone with 2 hordes of Young Axe. And so these are slightly lower defense, but still punchy, so they're defense 4. 2 regiments of Great Axe, both of whom he's given the special. So Orcish Skullpole being now an upgrade just for orcs, gives them brutal once per turn, once per game. But you can decide before you roll to damage. So you can roll after you roll to hit. You can then choose to be brutal. A horde of trolls with Blood of the Old King, which you can forget about because we forget to use it. 2 regiments of SKULKS. One of which has the Helm of Confidence, 2 troops of MORAX, 2 Skulk Stalkers. So these are the Skulk characters, which are so the same as Skulks. They've got Scout, so they can Vanguard forward, and one of them's got Raid Leader, which is a special one-off upgrade you can take, which gives them Aura of Steady Aim and Inspiring on that one only. He's got a Crudger mounted on Gore, and that's also Scout, so boots the 7 League. 2 God Speakers, so one of them is Heal and Shroud of the Saint, which puts him up to heal 5, plus however many hordes are around him. and one's got Bane Chant 2 and the Inspiring Talisman. On top of their, I think they've got Fireball 7 base. He's got a Whip the Outcast, who is kind of he's an Orcling, but like a multi-tool kind of. He's got Weakness, Bane Chant, bunch of stuff. A Flagger with the Scrying Gem. So the Scrying Gem, which I don't see very often, nice to see it. Makes me put down D3+1 on my first turn. And then, of course, 2 War Drums for Rally 2. So yeah, so it's, I mean, I've not played a lot of Orcs, so I don't know if it's any good. Is it good? Tell us. I'm sure Matt would like us to tell. He's not played it before either. It seems to me like an awful lot of green, but an awful lot of defense 4 green, which is kind of interesting, because I kind of think of Orcs as defense 5, like Ogres. He's got the Trolls in there. So that's the list. A lot of Scout, so can push forward quite quickly. Yeah, well, let's see. So this is the battlefield we fought on. This is quite a cool table. I said I was going to talk about it in the video and then forgot to talk about it in the video. But it's at kind of standing height. So it's not a low table, it's at standing height, kind of waist height, which means you don't have to be leaning over and hurting your back all the time, which I think is pretty cool. So we have got 2 pieces of impassable, so 2 houses. There's one just off to the right there, which is slightly lower, so we said it was height 4, which was then completely irrelevant because we never used it. And 1 height 5 house. We've got 3 little wood, 1 tiny wood, and medium wood and big wood, all height 5. 2 height 3 hills. 3 height 2 obstacles, and a little piece of difficult terrain, which we said was height 1 because it's quite a thick piece of, well, it's AstroTurf actually. It's a free sample. Yeah. So that's the battlefield we're fighting on. And I've realised, oh no, actually I was going to say we put it all outside the deployment zone, but we haven't on the top half. So it's slightly a lopsided battlefield, but I quite like lopsided battlefields, to be honest. Probably should have shoved one of the forests down a little bit. There you go. Anyway, so the scenario is, well, it should pop up. It should tell you, but for some reason I've taken it off. It's Dominate. So that's the center, and there's the 12-inch ring around it. So the change in version 3 is that the majority of your unit has to be in that 12-inch circle, not entirety. So that's probably quite good for troop or armies like Orcs, really, which have bloody great big hordes. So that's it. Let's have a look at deployment.
Okay, so we are set up and we are pre-scout. It's now tell me what's in your list.
So we've got a regiment of Skulks.
Skulks.
Inspiring Skulk Hero.
Right, he's the one with the aura steady aim. Right? Yeah.
We've got a regiment of Great Axe.
Great Axe.
War Drum.
Oh, it's one here.
War Drum.
War Drum, there's definitely a War Drum.
Horde of Trolls.
Trolls. Oh look, proper Mancy models. Woohoo! Carry on.
Troop of Morax.
Morax.
Whip
the Outcast.
Yep. 2 hordes of Young Axe.
Yeah.
Inspiring Godspeaker.
Right. With is he the Healy one? No, he's the
no,
other one.
He's the other one who has got. I know my list. Honest. He's the Healy one.
He's the Healy one.
No, he's not. Sorry, he's the Bane Chant.
Bane Chant, right?
Inspiring one. Another War Drum. And then you've got the Healy.
Right. Sharon the Saint, so heal 5.
You've got a Flagger.
Flagger.
You've got another regiment of Great Axe.
Yep.
Another troop of Morax.
Morax.
Another regiment of Skulks.
Scouting with Scout Face. I'm going to take my models.
Another hero of the Skulks.
Right. He's just a normal kind of cheap, though. He's not inspiring or anything.
No, he's just a cheapie.
And right away over here
is a Crudger on Gore with scouting as well.
That is a lot of Orcs. I'm having to pan back really far. But they're basically big chunk in the middle, a little chunk on the left, little chap on his own. Alright, so mine, facing off against the little chunk, I've got, these are the regular Stormwind Cavalry. I think they've got nothing. Nothing. That is the regular Palace Guard with nothing. There is the King, hiding behind there. And these are my Battlecats. I feel I need to talk about my Battlecats. I don't have any Mantic Cat models, but I did paint these ones. I'm quite pleased with them. I hope people don't like them. That is the Mage with Broomstick and Lightning Bolt. That is the really punchy, vicious Palace Guard. In front of them is the Tree Herder on the wrong size base, but I've put him on a thing. Behind them is more Battlecats, and that's Argus Rodnar, which is not painted because it's a miscast, and I'll wait for a new one. And that's the Stormwind with Pathfinder sitting in the field, because that's what you do with Pathfinder. There's 2 bolt throwers at the back there, and right the way over here is a Horde of Drakon Riders, who are still good. And that's 2250 Elves. Alright, so scout is done. So we have got some skulks, and the inspiring skulk have come forward. Tree herd has gone all the way forward, so these guys are outside of the range of the Stormwind charge. These guys have come through the woods, and your chap is over there. Alright, let's roll for turn 1.
Alright, so I didn't get the turn 1, and Matt did, so he took it. But before we get onto that, I want to talk a little bit about my strategy here, because I actually had one, which is frankly quite unusual for me. So, obviously I'm facing a giant horde army, right? Big hordes of very punchy stuff. If I get into a 1-to-1 with them, the Palace Guard, so the Palace Guard which are here and here, can probably survive some of it, right? But not a great deal, and certainly not 2 at once. If any of the smaller, like the MORAX get into them, it's going to get really painful really quickly. He's going to try and chaff me up with his Skulk units, and really even the young axe are really quite big chaff units for his punchy stuff, which are the great axe, the trolls. That's the trolls. There's a great axe, and there's a great axe. So those are the ones I don't want to get in. So my army's it's elves, so it's more elite. So I deliberately deployed right over on one side, like a deny flank, because I want to punch. So it's dominate, so he's deployed largely in the center here because he wants to reach the dominate circle, right? So he can get in here. Do you want to boop? Anyway, so my strategy is I put the tree herder in the middle to make him try and deploy in the middle, making him think, okay, he's going to deploy in the middle. And I had the Palace Guard here, okay, but I deployed way ahead of him because of his scrying gem. And then as he deployed his big stuff in the middle here, I just deployed everything on the left. So these amazingly colourful units are my Battlecats. You're welcome. So I've got both Palace Guard hordes here. I want to get this one onto the hill, so I can get a hill charge off for Thunderous 1. These ones are the vicious ones. These are the really punchy ones. I want to get everything up. These guys are the non-Pathfinder, so I want to try and get them in something over here. These guys are Pathfinder, so these are going to hold off here because Pathfinder is quite scary. Got my War Engine in the middle, and I put so he's obviously got his characters who have scouted forward and moved now to try and come and kill my War Machine. So I put the Dracons here as a deterrent. Unfortunately, I didn't get turn 1, which means I couldn't kind of enact a lot of that stuff. However, so on his turn 1, these guys, these Skulks over here, stayed where they were because they didn't want to get charged by the Stormwind. So these the Trolls and the MORAX moved up. And behind this is Whip behind the forest here, and this is his God Speaker, one of his gods. He's the non-healy one, so these are the shooty ones, right? And this is entirely my fault because I said to him, it's alright, the tree herder's height 6, I said. You can see him over the forest, which is height 5, so you don't need to come into the forest. Tree herder's actually height 5, I think. I'm reaching for a book as we're talking. I say we're talking, we're not really talking. I'm talking to myself. Hey me, how you doing? Doing great, thanks so much. Tree herder is indeed height 5. I'm right, hurrah! So he couldn't see me over the forest, so he would have needed to pop into the forest to shoot at me. But that's irrelevant, because I played that wrong too. So there you go, first mistake. So this regiment with young axe moved up, because he wants to obviously just to try and push forwards. So my strategy with the tree herder is I want to plonk it in front of something. I want to plonk it in front of something where it can't be seen by anything else. So for example, if I put it into the trolls here, nothing else can see it, and it's defense 6. So even trolls are going to take a couple of 2 or 3 turns to chew through a -18 defense 6 unit. Same if I put it into the young axe here. Now he has got these guys here behind that can charge in, but these guys wouldn't be able to see him. Right, so that's my strategy. That's why I vanguarded him so far forward, because for a couple of turns at least, and without flanks, he's pretty indestructible. So the plan is punch here, and then wheel in. So get rid of all of that and then wheel in to take out everything else. That's the plan. Anyway, so yep, these guys moved up here. So obviously he's recognised that all my stuff is here, so he's moving his punchy stuff over here, which is sensible. And then the Skulks and the Hero Skulk move forward because they don't want to be charged by Dracons. So they've got a height, obviously, height 5 house here. Dracons can't see over it because they're only height 4. And he's chucked his Crudger all the way forward, so that I can't see him either. The line of sight goes like this. So again, he's pretty safe. that was his first turn. So let's have a look at it.
Alright, so turn 1 shooting. We've got Whip the Outcast. He's going to lightning bolt the tree.
Yeah.
Alright. So it's 3 + 1 because of the horde. And no hits.
No, because you got your cover.
Oh, nice hard. Anything else?
We've got fireballs out of range.
Correct. Well, these guys can
These are
shoot.
out of range. No, they're out of range because I didn't want you to charge
Oh,
me.
18-inch shooting. Yeah.
Yes. Change to shooting is very different.
Your shooting army looks less threatening now, if I'm honest.
Yes, but it's fine. You'll have to move forward if you want to charge or.
True. Alright,
So that is it. It was an entirely non-event of a shooting.
very exciting.
Alright, so my turn 1. So the first thing we did was chuck the tree herder into the trolls. So I talked about before my options were, which was the young axe or the trolls. And really the trolls are the bigger threat. They're the punchiest thing he's pretty much got, and they're very resilient, so I need to get delay them for a bit so I can then get charges off the next turn, because putting the tree herder in front of them means that he is really struggling to counter charge me next turn. He can probably double charge me with the trolls and the MORAX. Oh, he probably can't, I think, because the house is there. So if the trolls shovel over, he can't get them in. So that's the safer option. Then everything else. So these the cavalry moved forward, so they are just out of the charge range of the SKULKS, which I'm not scared of. And the 2 Palace Guards units move forward for the same reason. One of them onto a hill because want to get that hill charge. And then both of the BATTLECATS units moved up behind them. So the one on the left is peeking through because I want to possibly try and get a nimble charge onto that skulk leader guy. Then that's the king, so the king just chucks stuff across, but for the same reason, you know, desperate to use my hunting cat to get a duelist attack. Quite excited about that. That's Argus moving up, and these guys move forward. So obviously, I'm sheltered there. So if he wants to shoot me with the SKULKS, I'm not bothered because I'm in cover, and they're already shooting 5s. And I don't think those are the steady aim ones, so they are not going to be much of a threat to me. And the mage moved over because I've got a lovely line of sight there through to the I think either the Skulk leader or the actually no, through to the regiment itself, because I want to try and lightning bolt them as much as possible. And last but not least, decided I wasn't really that keen. I messed it up because Drakons aren't nimble. I couldn't go 20 in turn, and if I had 10, I couldn't have got past his Crudger, which is hiding behind the house. So instead, I just turned it left. So yeah, that was the end of my turn 1 movement. Oh, one more thing to say, which is that Argus, who gave his little inspiring token to the war engines here, just in case these guys shoot and get a lucky piece of wound. He's inspired the war engines for this turn.
Yep.
Alright, so we are going to lightning bolt your SKULKS from her. So there's no cover. Maybe there's cover. Maybe there's cover. Where's my thing? You've nicked it. There. So these are height 0 or at height nothing. So I think there is cover because I can't see half of them.
Yep.
Yeah. So 8 on 5s. Yeah. With elite. Oh, well, that's alright.
That's more than half of the hits.
I'll take that, even with no elite. And defense 3 for SKULKS. I'll write it down. Defense 3, so 2s. 5 wounds.
That's a fair number of wounds.
That's why it's called the boomstick. Alright, no one else is. Oh, yeah, bolt throwers on the SKULKS. So
yep.
2 shots each with elite on.
And cover.
5s because it's over the wall, yeah?
Yep.
Should I do them? Or should I do the. Yeah, do them. 5s. Here we go. Nope.
Nope.
Second bolt thrower. What?
Wow, the 2s. All the 2s.
These dice are going in the bin. And that's the. Oh, let's see the nerve on these bad boys then. So 5s. Over here. So 5 plus 8.
It's 13.
13.
And I have no idea.
They're 13, 15, so they're wavered.
Oh, that's rubbish.
Hurrah!
That's very rubbish.
So they've wavered the SKULKS. Everyone's happy, especially me. Your turn. It's your turn too. We've got the combat. So 9 on 3s and 2s because he's got Strider and Crush 3. So 3s. Oh, that was rubbish. And 2s.
3 wounds.
3 wounds onto the trolls rather.
And then a wavery test.
Oh, ah! So trolls are a 14, 17.
They're fine.
7 and 3, they're fine. 10. Okay, now it's your turn 2.
So Orc turn 2. So the guys on the left, so these guys over here, could do anything because the front ones are wavered and the back ones are stuck, which is good. So the trolls went back into the tree herder. These MORAX shoveled over so that they could. We worked out they couldn't fit, so they shoveled over for next turn. The war drum and that's no whip. That's whip, isn't it? And the little warlock guy shoveled up so they could do some fireball action or some weakness or something like that. The 2 hordes just kind of trundled forward with their supporting units behind them. There's the war drum, and then the SKULKS moved forward a little bit because they wanted to get some. They wanted to get it within range of the Stormwind or something like that. Anyway, but these aren't the steady aim ones, so he kind of reflected that he put them the wrong way around because the steady aim ones are on the other side. So these guys are going to take a hell of a penalty. Then, in a desperate move, it's not that desperate, the SKULKS Stalker went into the flank of the Dracons to try and ground them. Just needs to do 1 wound. And then the Crudger shoved around the side of the building, but he's still outside of 16 of the war engines. He's trying to get within 16 of these war engines here so he can charge next turn. But that is more than 16, so he's going to need to take another turn, which is unfortunate. So yeah, that was Orc turn 2.
So turn 2.
Yes.
Godspeaker?
Yes, Godspeaker's going to heal the trolls.
The trolls. On 3 wounds, right?
Yep.
Heal 7 because you do 2 hordes.
I've got, yep, it's going to heal.
That's all the wounds back.
Shadow Saint.
Wounds all gone. Boo. Didn't even bother rolling regen.
You need regen when you've got heal. We then go to Bane Chant for them. It's Bane Chant 2, 3, 4.
Correct. Yep.
Yep. So they can pierce you as well.
No, not anymore. Doesn't.
Has that got a
not a rule.
Oh, of course it doesn't.
Not
it?
a rule.
As you can tell, I've played many
games of version 3.
There's none at all. Right, and then Whip is going to Hex. Takes away your Hex is minus 1 to hit, isn't it? Yes.
No. Hex is if I cast a spell, it gives me 2 damage for each hit I score with that spell.
Oh, okay. Oh, weakness.
Weakness for tree herder, yeah?
Yeah, weakness for the tree herder.
Okay. Yep, he is weak. I don't think I've got a token for that. I can probably find one.
I can. Oh wow! I haven't used this dice in years.
What does it say?
It says misfire on it.
That's pretty good. I thought I made one, but I think I made a hindered instead. Didn't have the right little letters. Sorry.
Well then, misfire dice.
Misfire. So he is weaknessed. Great.
They can't shoot, but he can, and he's going to do 3 shots at your cat.
The Battlecats with cover.
They are in range.
So Battlecats.
3 shots, hitting on 5s because of cover. Missed.
All misses. It was a noble attempt. They laugh at you.
This is good.
Well, they kind of meow, I suppose.
Definitely a strong starting dice roll.
But the green wave that's coming towards me is quite intimidating.
Right. The Skull Regiment.
Skull Regiment. The shooty one. Hitting on 6s now because you moved.
Yes. Well, what can you do?
What are you shooting?
These.
So hitting on 7s.
Oh, that's 4 shots, isn't it? Oh, well. They're there to be annoying.
No.
They're not really there to shoot as much.
I don't know why you didn't shoot a war engine.
Out of range.
Are they still?
Yeah,
shocking.
Just out of range. That is it for the mighty shooting of the Orcs.
Oh, yeah. Some combat.
So yes, we will start with the trolls.
And finish with the trolls because that's all the combat.
No, there's not. There's a crazy Orc.
We forgot the crazy orc at the side of the Dracons. Brilliant.
Still 18 attacks at least.
So 18 on 4s
Yep.
and 3s.
That's one to use only, isn't it? Yes, so I can't use it.
You can use it now. If you want to be brutal now, you could use it now.
No, it's the Elite and Vicious.
Is it probably
One
Old King?
use. Yeah.
Nice, before you roll there. Yeah. That's a good number. So then 3s.
Yeah, but they also Bane charged.
Yep. So but crush 2 plus 1. He's defense 6.
Ah, yeah, 3. Oh, of course he is. He's a rude thing.
He's a git. Oh, good. Way too good.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
9 wounds on the old tree.
That just shows that don't bother shooting with orcs. They want to thump things.
Check out my 1980s haircut tree herder because I haven't got any other models yet. So sorry, 9 wounds. Let me get the wounds.
9 wounds. Can I do anything to him on that?
Yeah, he said dash something.
Dash something.
Tree herder's dash 18, so a 9 to kill twice. That's a 9, and again. No. He's feeling great. I've got to say, I did hold my breath then.
I'll take a 9. That's a good number of smashing.
That is extremely good.
And
Worryingly good. I've got no heal in my list.
None?
No, he's got Radiance of Life. That's the only heal.
Right. Is that life leech?
No, Radiance of Life, it just heals him and anyone within 6 inches of 1 point.
We've got a crazy skulk.
Here we go. A crazy unpainted skulk into...
hitting on 3s, but he's hindered, so 4s. Two
hits and then 4s again, because they're crush 1.
Is crushing 1.
4s again.
2 wounds.
2 wounds on the Dracons, and we're not flying.
And...
No, fine.
That would have been a bit of an insult, really, wouldn't it?
It would have added insult to me. I do have a hindered token. I'm going to put it down because I never use it and it makes me excited.
A disorder, surely you want, not hindered.
Oh yeah, good point. I've got one of those as well.
I'm not used to not bouncing back. This is weird. It's much better, but it's weird. It's like weird in that I'm used to doing it way, not a weird in this is silly way.
Okay, so we done?
I think I have been.
My turn.
Alright, so it all kicked off now. So, this was quite complicated, the order. So I think I've remembered correctly the order, which allowed me to do this. So, first thing was that the Palace Guard that were on the hill, so the tree herder disengaged, and then they multi-charged together into the trolls, with the hope that I can get rid of them, because that would be good for me. So then these horses turned right up onto the hill, so they could see across the battlefield, which allowed the cats. So the cats were out of charge range, but kind of just wandered up in front of the SKULKS. And then the king then charged into the Skulk Stalker, because the plan being that I want to take him out with my duelist. Hurrah! Now I think I forgot to move the mage, but I moved it later up onto the hill, I think. Yes. I can't remember. Well, let's find out. How exciting. I think I do it live. So then these cats moved, so they jumped over or through my unit and turned because they're nimble, and then went their full 14. So the plan here is, because then I charge these 2 units into these young axe. So I want to kill off the young axe, and then I want to back up the horses so that they're behind the cats, because this unit this unit of young axe will be in the flank of the horses. But because they're so huge, if they turn around like this, I don't think they can get past the cats. Even if I don't, I think if I move 1, I think it's okay. So he's going to have to charge the cats instead. That's the plan. Obviously, we're going to have to deal with this great axe coming in as well. And then Argus moved up behind to offer inspiring. And then I thought about, I pondered for a while, because the Dracons actually, because this guy's in the way, would have to go forward to get past him, and then I think the line, I might have been hindered. I could have gone into these guys here, but I'm not convinced Dracons can take out that horde. So actually, I'd rather just take out this annoying Stalker, and there's no line of sight here. So they can't be grounded again unless, well, he can do the hindered charge with the SKULKS into the front, but then they're going to be punching me on 6s, so there's no guarantee they'll wound me. Yep, so that was my turn. Let's have a look.
I'm a bit crisp. So shooting, we're going to lightning bolt your SKULKS again, because that worked really well last time.
You're going to miss this time, because that's only fair.
So 5s.
With Elite. Well, Elite's got his money back already.
3, 1 more. 3 this time.
Which seems about fair.
2s. 2 wounds. So up to 7.
Yep.
Bolt throws. So we're going to try again with the old bolt throws on your skulks. Still with cover.
Yep.
Oh, maybe. Let's have a look. I think maybe one of them isn't. Oh no, still is.
Can the other? Oh yeah, you can see just past those black ones there.
All right, so 5s. Sucks. Second one. One hit. D3 hits. 2 hits. Piercing 2, so 2s. 2 wounds. Able throwers. You don't suck for once ever. Is that what we're shooting?
I think so.
Yeah.
You should know your list better. You know your list better than I do. So.
Right.
Over here.
So 7 wounds.
Yep.
And skulks are 13, 15.
13, 15, that's the one.
That's 9. So that's dead.
Inspired. That's 11. That's
Very dead.
Even more dead.
Oh look, and I've done a fantastic rubbish job because you can't come because I'm my hero and he's mighty. So that's great. 1. Okay, and these guys over here.
They're fine.
They're fine. All right. So
that's it. For
combat.
shooting. Yes. Where do you want to start?
Start with the king.
Yep.
So the king has gone into this guy. So he is specifically designed to kill heroes.
Oh, has he got the duelist?
He's got the shard blade and he's got duelist.
Okay.
And he's got brutal. So he doubles his attacks against heroes. So he's already at 10 attacks on 2s. Crush 1 with brutal.
It's a bit rude.
Yeah, I think so too. So 2s, your defense 3, aren't you, for a Skulk hero?
Yeah, I think
that's 4 Skulk Stalkers. So 3s, 2s and 3s with elite.
You might miss.
That's elite. Oh, it's not over a mage. So that's 9 hits. 3s. So 2, 4, 6, 7.
Yes. 7 wounds.
And he's a 9, 11.
He is a 9/11, so but he's inspiring to himself.
That's once.
That's it.
And that's twice.
Yeah,
so let's overrun. 6, which I think takes me into your unit.
No.
It's like I planned it. I didn't actually plan that, but I think very hard how it happened. 3. So he only gets 5 attacks this time.
Yep.
They're still on 2s. And what's that great axe?
That's great axe, defense 4.
So 3. So 2s and 3s. That's all of them?
Yep.
3s.
4 wounds.
4 wounds. And great axe regiment is a 14, 16.
Yep.
7, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, they're okay.
4.
4 plus
5. Oh yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Plus brutal.
Yeah, that's fine. And I completely forgot the wardrobe existed.
Oh yeah, 16, 18.
Skulls.
16, 18.
Yeah, and well, both of those units, but I think you rolled high enough.
Yeah,
like
I
an
think
11.
we're okay. We already smashed them. Right, so over here we've got Palace Guard into Trolls.
And a weakened.
And a weakened Tree Herd, but he's not there to do damage. So let's do Tree Herd first because he's got less dice. 4, 6, 8, 9. So we do it over here. So 9 on 3s and defense 5, so he's crushed 2 now, so 3. 3s and 3s. That's good. And 3s.
Really?
2, 4, 6, 8. That's 8 wounds.
Yeah, it is.
Wait to this one, mate. This is 30 attacks on 3s.
Yeah.
And crush 1, so 4s. And they're not vicious, so just
You have to get higher up to get enough.
So elites.
I think I've got the dice. I can't see from here.
Oh, you can go close, it's fine. Just go closer.
I can turn the screen.
Wow. So that's 3s to take out the 2s. And any 1s with the left, which aren't.
There's another 2 2s in there still.
Thank you. Okay.
Yep.
And then 4s.
Yep.
Oh dear, look at that.
Another one. There we go.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
9.
So they're up to 17.
17, which is not really very good.
14, 17, no.
No. So double 1 without a reroll, I think.
Is the God Speaker not? Is the War Drum not inspiring?
They changed it now. The wardroom is not quite as good as it used to be because it's only orcs, not trolls.
Flippy. Wardroom. No, it's not inspiring.
Not inspiring, but
it's not rally either.
He's out of range.
So just once. Double one once.
Double one once. I mean, one's like
So they're gone. Okay. Oops. Okay, and we're going to overrun the tree herder. Here we go. So let's overrun the tree herder 3. Stupid scenery. Who made this scenery? I basically puts him within an inch of them guys.
Yep.
Blob. And then we'll turn the palace guard because we don't care about any of this anymore.
Yep.
Like that.
And there's another combat or two still to go.
It's your weakness. Right, that was good.
Done
that one.
Oh yes, yeah.
So this one, let's do the dragons first, it's a bit more fun.
There's a very, very stupid orc over there.
2, he did his job. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. 3s and 2s, I assume. Hence 4.
Yeah.
2s. No, because I've got no thunderous anymore.
No, because you were disordered.
There's just one crushing.
And he is defense 4, so 3s.
3s and 3s with elite.
He might survive.
Yeah, no, he's not going to survive, but maybe he will. I'm going to look like stupid now because we're videoing it. Thank you. So take out the old 2s. Okay.
Yep.
And 3s. Oops.
Well, there's not very many 2s and 3s in there.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. On a 9, 11.
Yep, double 1. Not inspiring though. No.
That's his fault for being unpainted. Just
well, I managed to read the rulebook yesterday, so
we'll just turn like that.
Part of it anyway.
I can turn all the way around. No, you can just hit them. Okay. All right. You read the rulebook yesterday. UK's number 1, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I might have another second ed tournament yet, so I can't read the rulebook for the third too much.
Yeah. All right, let's do the horses first. There's 16 attacks.
Yep.
3s, Pathfinder, and they are Thunderous 2. So 3s and 2s.
Yeah.
With elite. Probably you've got a whole other line of stuff to come kill me with.
Yes.
2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
Yep.
9 from them, and then the other palace guard are hindered, so 4s. They're
Yep.
elite and vicious because I'm a git.
It's because you want your shock troops back.
I do. Just talk about that. Elite. Oh, that was good value. Go Elves. Oh, right. So 3s. 4s. All 3s come out.
Yep.
And then,
defense 4.
So crush 1. So 3s.
Yep. Rerolling 1s.
With discus. Just the 1.
There's another one there.
Are we on 3s?
Yep.
Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
14 plus 9 is 23.
So they have got war drum.
Yep.
Which makes them a 22, 24. So it's sort of war.
Double 1 with a reroll. I mean, it'd be nice if you could roll low on this one.
Oh! There's a 1-1. There's 1-1.
So there you go, pop.
There you go, pop. Now it becomes a bit complicated.
Now I'm going to pan out a little bit.
So your man, what I want is not to be flanked. Very much not want to be flanked.
Yeah. So you need more than 1 inch, I think, for that. Yeah, you'll need a 2 to get out.
If I turn...
Principally, there you go. Because you
if I turn 90, right?
Yeah, you can do that.
I've got a cab base. I've got a cab base that I stole off Elliot Morris and didn't realise. Sorry, Elliot, if you ever watch these videos, which I doubt. He's a very nice man. If I turn like that,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
If I I don't think you'll be able to get enough.
I'll be in your front, but I won't be flanking you, that's for certain.
They'll be flanking the ship.
Oh, they will, yes.
So we don't want that. That would be a terrible thing to do.
Oh, you can have a flank charge off the Great Axe. I mean,
Yeah.
Quite happy to help you with that.
So we'll turn these bad boys so that their leader points in the forest.
Yep.
About like that. Would that be an okay turn?
Yep, I think that's fine.
And then we'll back. Oh, alright, let's back up.
D3. It's a bold move.
Thank you. It's one. Oh, well, that's what we call. Oh, shit. So about that much?
Yep.
So what I mean is, if you go 90, you hit the cats. But the Great Axe can definitely hit me.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with that. That was complicated. That's the end of my turn.
Yeah, that was not very good for me.
Hooray! Turn 3 for you, mate.
Alright, so turn 3. So the Grey Axe Horde went in Horde Regiment, charged my king, or counter charge, remained engaged, as we say now. And then, so the battle drum that was over there has kind of shuffled over to offer battle drum support to the unit of Long Axe? Super Punchy Axe? Whatever they're called. Which took on the Tree Herder, who's already on 8 wounds, so that's not great. Then Whip moved over there, and the other War Drum moved in, so there's lots of rallying going around. And the Great Axe, of the charges that they had, which was the Palace Guard or the horses, took the horses, which is sensible, I would say, because the horses are far more killable. And then, because I'd managed to position it so that the Young Axe couldn't flank the cavalry with the turn they had to take on the cats. So it's cat time. And then this Young Axe kind of shuffled down. I think the hope was there that they could that this unit, the whatever they're called, SKULKS, could do 1 wound. So they're charging over a wall, so they're hitting on 6s, but if they do 1 wound, the Drakons are grounded, and then those Young Axe can come pounding in. And they're down at the bottom. Your man's come round to try and do what he's been trying to do for 3 turns, which is get into my War Engines, or get into Drakons, or something like that. So yeah, that was turn 3.
Right, we're all kicking off.
Yeah, it's all gone a bit wrong.
Who are we doing first? Shooting? Magic.
Magic. Bane Charmed.
Who's Bane chanting?
He's Bane Charming them.
He's Bane chanting the MORAX?
The Great Axe.
Going to my tree herder.
Bane Charmed 4.
Yep.
Just.
Only one of them. Jeez. But definitely Bane chanting. Hurrah.
And then we've got Weakness 2, which goes up to 3.
Onto the horses.
No, weakness on them.
Can you see them?
You're in the woods.
Right, but can you see them with the line of sight? Oh, Whip! Oh, sorry. Karen.
You're weak. You're
I am weak.
Feeble.
I've always considered myself weak and feeble. Where's the dice?
There we go.
Woohoo!
The return of the old, long, dead, horrible dice.
Like it.
Right, that is, I think,
Isn't this turn 4, not turn 3?
My turn 4 now, yes.
Yes.
This is actually now, I believe, it for shooting.
Excellent.
Because one of the God Speakers is in combat.
Yes, yeah. He's charged
in the Hail Mary.
Lord of Palace Guard.
In the Hail Mary attempt to do a wound.
Great work. Who are you going to do first?
We'll start on the end.
Yeah, my little king, mighty king.
Regiment of Great Axe. They do some stuff, I'm sure. Right. Great Axe. Regiment. 12 attacks.
Alright.
Hit on 3s. Crushing strength 2.
So he's defence. I want to say 5. Yep.
So 3s. Ooh, there's a few.
That's better.
6 wounds.
6 wounds. He's 13, 15. Let me get some wound dice.
13, 15.
Correct. We've got
12.
a 6, so he's all right.
Well.
King's feeling good. He's not feeling good. He's got a backup of some really vicious cats.
MORAX. 15 attacks.
Where are we? Here.
Yeah. 15 attacks.
15
on
attacks.
3s, but they are hindered.
There's 4s.
Ish.
Crush 3 because of her Bane Charm.
Crush 2.
Plus your Bane Charm, right?
Yeah, you crush 1 plus Bane Charm. Crush
Oh, I
2.
see, so 4s.
3
more
wounds.
He's up to 11. 11.
16.
He's a dash 18, so he's feeding ground.
Well.
Well,
And the
not
mighty,
feeding
mighty God Speaker.
Here we go, so 1 attack on 5s, right? Or 6s, 5s?
Is it 5 or 6? Is it 5 or 6? I know melee 4.
So he's on 5s? Nope.
No. Well, that could have gone better. That is exactly as we expected it to go.
I don't think I can charge through him, though, where he is, because I can't fit. I need to look up the rule about charging through, but anyway, carry on.
Great axe. Hindered. So 4.
4s into the horses.
Oh dear.
It's not your day.
It's not my dice.
Should have used them loaded dice you used at that tournament the other day.
Crushing 2, so 3s.
No, yeah, times 5, yeah. Correct.
2.
2 wounds! It's all coming up, Elf! This is making me feel very good about this Elf list, so take that.
8, nothing. Right, we're going to abuse some cats then, I guess.
Oh.
I've got to kill something, and if that's all it's going to be, well...
Do you want me to pause the
actually,
video?
I'm not going to do the cats.
1 sec.
Important, if I do a wound there...
Alright.
So...
Sorry, I had a paint-related question there, it's very important. So this is right, 6s and 4s. 10 attacks, 6s and 4s. To ground with Dracons.
Oh, I've made a mistake. I've just seen a mistake.
Have you?
I've gone too far with them. How am I going to...
Oh,
Okay.
that is a problem.
1 hit.
1 hit on a 4. Oh no, mate!
Oh, this has all gone a bit wrong.
Dear.
Right.
Oh dear.
I'm not used to using these orcs.
Yeah.
The young axe. 25 attacks, hitting on 4s.
Right, and 2s, they're already defense 2. Don't be rude, but that's a terrible roll.
Yes, that is...
Just well, they're only an 8-10 really. 2s?
Crushing 1.
2s anyway. That'll do. They're on double 1s.
2, 4, 6, 8, yeah. Double 1. They are gone.
Yeah, just double 1 because I'm not... Yeah, there you go. Oh no!
Oh, this is not going to go well for me, this battle report.
What are you going to do with them?
Not a lot I can do, really, is there? I've made a bit of a...
If you turn them all the way that way, at least it's a front from the Dracons, right?
Centre point's there.
You turn them all the way around. At least no one else can see them because the other things are in the way, right?
Yeah, so I have to do that.
That's the best you can do. Alrighty?
No.
Sorry, mate. Oh dear. But the plus side is I really like my new list.
Alright, so I forgot to mention the last bit about what he did with his little flag guy. Which is when he charged into my Palace Guard Corps here because he wanted to, if he did a wound, I couldn't charge through him. But actually the way that he'd positioned things meant that I actually couldn't get anyway because he's got whip here and he's got the flag guy here. So this Palace Guard Horde, which really wants to flank these Grey Attacks in here, can't clear the flag guy for the charge. And in fact, even if I overrun, I'm going to hit my own unit. So if I kill the flag guy, which I'm absolutely going to do, it's a double 1 it here, I can't overrun because I hit my own unit's corner. So, you know, as a strategy, that worked quite well. And you also notice halfway through that I went, oh no, it's turn 4, mate, not turn 3. And we pushed it forward. It is actually turn 3. So this game was played with 5 or 6 turns rather than 6 or 7 turns, which is because I'm an idiot. Anyway. So, on the left, the king disengaged and then turned and took a charge into the war drum, which is hiding behind the house, which allowed the cats to come into the Grey Attacks. And then we took, so the tree herder disengaged, recharged, and the Palace Guard multi-charge into the young axe. Both hindered. Well, not hindered because he's not, the tree herder's got Strider, but the Palace Guard hindered. And then we remained engaged with the flag guy here because we're going to destroy him. But it allowed me to thread the needle through here. So this gap is exactly the size, fortunately, for this unit of horses to come through here and charge into Whip, the outcast, who's standing there. We counter-charge with the horses into the Great Axe, who woofed last turn awfully badly. And then I had the choice on the right. So the dragons weren't hurt. The Dracons weren't hurt, these guys. So I could have come into these MORAX. Or I could have come into the young axe here. But both of those options are bad for the Dracons because it means that I can get countercharged by either one or the other one, the one that I didn't hit. So a better option is to annihilate the SKULKS and then back up because that's more than 10. And I think I can get out of 10 by backing up here as well, possibly. I can't remember. Possibly measured it. So, oh yeah, the Argos moved over and then the Dragons went back in there. So instead of that, we can use the bolt throwers to try and shoot off the young axe. See if they can actually prove any worth in their 180 points of suckiness. So yeah, that was my turn 3, which we think is turn 4.
Alright, I'm still eating crisps. They're really good. So, we're going to lightning bolt the God Speaker in cover.
We'll just do a quick, yeah, it's a bit of a mess.
It's very crunchy. This was the most complicated movement I think I could have possibly done. Where I did. Maybe I move like this. Maybe if I do this. Maybe I do this. No, right, anyway. Lightning bolt. 8 on 5s with elite. 1 hit. 2 hits. Defense 4.
Yes.
3s. 2 wounds. Double 6 twice in a row. That's for you, Ian, from Frantic Gamers. Whatever your surname is. What's his surname? Davies. 2 wounds. Bolt throwers. Come on, bolt throwers.
What can you see?
I can see both these units. One with cover.
Yeah, and one that's not.
One without cover. But they're like a 24 billion health.
Yeah.
So this one can see without cover. So let's shoot your troop of...
You're not going to hit anyway, so don't worry.
Shut up. 4s. You were saying... You fuckers. Right, 5s. I hate bolt throwers! They're so bad. Just hit once!
You have hit once in 4 turns of shooting.
It's not funny. I forgot to give the inspiring token to things.
No, give it to someone.
I can stay there, I guess.
Is that all you're shooting? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nerd check on the God Speaker.
I think he is a 10-12. What's my notes?
10-12, not within range of a drum.
But he's inspired?
He is, yes, he's inspired.
There you go. That's a 7. 9.
A 9, no, he's fine.
Okay.
Many combat, where do you want to start?
BATTLECATS! 9 attacks. Hitting on 4s.
4s?
Yeah,
It's
baby.
like my elite infantry almost.
9 attacks, hitting on 4s with vicious. Oh.
It's more than half. Better than average.
You can't re-roll 4.5 dice though. Whoa.
With vicious.
Oh. No. 4 hits, 4 wounds. Takes them up to 8.
8 wounds.
That's a regiment of dudes.
It's a regiment of Great Axe.
14, 16. 17?
That's wavered.
Oh, so wavered. Sorry.
16. Yeah, 16, 18, aren't they?
Yeah.
16, 18 wavered. Oh, man alive.
You would have got a reroll if it wasn't for your war drum.
No, they're not inspired by anyone.
Oh, war drum doesn't inspire.
No.
Alright, king on the war drum then.
Yep.
So 5 on 2s and just 4 war drum.
Yeah, I think so. War drum, defense, 4, yeah.
So 2s and 3s.
Yes. All the hits.
4 wounds.
Six, 10. War drum is
Dash
dash 11.
Oh, I'm brutal!
You're brutal.
I'm glad I bought that item. Dash 11.
Does it? You don't rally yourself. No, you don't rally yourself.
Do you not rally yourself? No.
No, unless rallying's changed and seconded.
I think it didn't rally yourself in second either.
No, it didn't.
Okay, so he's gone. Sorry.
Very rarely, but it does work.
Okay, we'll overrun. 3.
This is the army that died.
This king he's never worked in any list yet.
Doesn't say a lot for my ability to write a list then, does it?
Oh no, but because I've been playing people with now individuals, or if they're individuals, they've got 10-inch fly, so I can't get anywhere near them because I'm speed 9. Right, let's do Palace Guardian to these dudes.
Yep.
Let's do the tree herder first because he's.
Yep.
So 9 on 3s and crush 3, so 2s, 3s and 2s. Oh, that's bad.
About time.
Alright. 2, 4, 6.
6, yeah.
What's their nerve? Oh, we don't know anything, do we? Morax Troopers, dash 11.
Dash 11.
And then 30 attacks
Hindered.
on 4s and crush 1 3s. Elite.
There's quite a few ones I can see, but probably.
Take out the 2s. Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's a lot. Oh, there's 2.
Yep.
That's 4s, so take out the 3s as well.
Oh, because it's hindered. That looks better. So
Oh, yeah, yeah, so
please go.
Oh. Thank you. Okay. Got 2 rounds for the dice here.
You could put one of them down.
I could, but I don't know where to put it. Okay, 3s. Two, 4, 6, 8. Okay, double ones.
Yep.
I've left my nerve dice somewhere. Did I roll my nerve dice? I've just rolled 2 extra attacks, so.
You'll be on double one anyway.
Sorry.
Yeah, they're gone.
No.
No, nothing around.
Switching a turn. And turn. Oh! Yeah, because you're always anyway, so. I forgot he's actually dominate. I just remember the scenario, everyone. I've been playing Kill. What have you been playing?
I've been playing Mess It Up.
You've been playing Dominate. Look, you're in the centre.
Yeah, it's not going to help me.
Alright, so let's do the horsies. 2, 4, 6.
Hindered?
No, because
And the
we're counter charge.
Oh, those horses. I thought you meant these horses.
I have got those horses. Let's do them then. So these horses are hindered. So not the Pathfinder. And your defence, what's whip? Defence
4.
So you lose 1 Thunderous, so just 3. So 4s and 3s. Elite. No elite.
No 3s either.
Oh yeah. Two, 4, 6.
6, yep.
No?
He is 11, 13.
Inspired? So 6 plus 5, 11. Wavered.
Yep.
And I'll get taken.
He is not an orc, so he does not get the drum.
There we go. And then these ones on 3s. And they've lost all their thunderous because you hit them. Yeah?
Yes.
So just 3s and 4s. Should we do it here? I don't like 2s. It's the worst number. Okay, 4s. I really lack Bane Chant in my list, if I'm honest. Especially with cavalry, because it's 1 punch. So 4 wounds.
wounds.
This is a slap fight now, isn't it? That's what this is.
That's the 4 wounds.
Okay.
They are quite good because they have got the drum and they are inspired.
So 16, 18.
Yep.
Fine. And then Dracons. I keep blocking these.
That's because they're so effective.
Shut up. No one likes you. What are we doing? Dracons, so 2 more dice.
I can't really complain. The rest of your army has demolished mine.
Well, it's not looking great now in the middle. So 3s and 2s. Yeah, 3s and 2s.
I'm really good at missing half the dice on this.
People are used to it. It's this channel. It's fine. And 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So they're up to 12 wounds.
Yep.
That's enough. Regiment is a 13, 15.
So double 1 to stay.
Oh! Oops. If you can this bloody hero can come in my back again.
He's been chasing you for a while now.
We said I was 10 away, didn't we?
Over 10 was the plan.
Yeah. So I might as well just...
Stay there.
Yeah, overrunning would be mad. Was it?
Yep. That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Done.
That's the end of my turn 4.
Alright, so it is looking a bit bad now for the Orcs, to be honest, because this unit over here is wavered, so they can't do anything. Whip here is wavered, so you can't do anything. So that's not good. And then, so all these Great Axe could do is basically countercharge here, because they couldn't see or reach anything else. The War Drum stayed where it was. So this unit of MORAX came down, allowing the Young Axe to turn. The reason being that if, because the Crudger here has come into the rear of the Dracons, if he doesn't do any damage, I can fly. So by putting the Young Axe here, it means that the Dracons can't then fly into the flank of his remaining horde, because he's trying to hold on to the center point, which we believe is here. So that's that was turn. Well, it says 5. It's actually turn 4, but turn 5.
It's a very different style of play. This, I tell you that much.
Right. What are we doing first?
We get fireball a tree.
Fireball a tree. On 5s. 2, 3 hits. 2 and 6. 1 wound. Back up to 11.
And then we're going to Bane Chant, I think. Can we get Bane Chant? That goes away.
Oh, I'm not weakened anymore. Didn't even use it.
Defense 5, aren't they?
Correct.
So yeah, we'll Bane Chant, I think. Yeah, we'll Bane Chant and try and get rid of that cavalry.
Yep. Although not if you roll like you did last time.
Not hindered at least. It was some good dice rolling that. Yeah, that's it. So, we'll start with...
Nerve on tree header?
Yeah, nerve on tree.
Dash 18? No, he's fine. So these guys in the middle?
Yep, 3s.
That'll do.
Crushing 3. So choose. 7 more wounds.
So they're up to 9. They're a 14, 16.
16.
So again.
No, they're gone.
Yeah.
I was hoping they'd be wavered, to be honest. Because they're just in the way, but...
They're dead now.
I do at least now get to change facing a bit like that. That's what I can really do. You're going to be in
It's a little further back, I think, won't they?
Yeah, no, yeah. No, I can't go there because I've got there. That's as far as I can go. That is as far as I can go there.
Ooh, not liking that. Is that it?
No.
Oh
But
yeah,
mighty,
this is
mighty.
very important.
Mighty, please do a wound, please.
Game
please,
defining.
please.
3s and crush 2 or?
Oh, he's got some stuff. Where is he?
Yes,
Roger.
Crudger. Crush 2. So 3s. 3s and 3s.
5 attacks, 3s and 3s. Average.
3.
Bit below.
3s.
Oh,
a 1. And a 2.
That just sums up the dice for this game, really, doesn't it?
And you are fully painted, mate. Oh, well, you know, you have positioned well, so I can't flank charge these guys.
Yes.
There is that.
But you've got full flyy movie annoyingness now.
Just don't know what to do with it, really. Alright then, that's funny.
Done.
Turn 5.
Done.
Oh, slight clarification. So, you remember when he charged his whatever his wizardy guy was called? I thought it was a flagger, but it wasn't. It was a wizard guy into my palace guard to try and kill them. And then all of a sudden, there was no combat, and we didn't know. I didn't explain what happened. So what happened was to allow the horses to come down through the woods here to hit Whip, who was there at the time. To allow that to happen, rather than hit the warlock here, the palace guard actually shifted 3 to the right. So I sidestepped to allow that charge. So that's why he could then, in his turn, move his wizardy, warlocky guy over here to fireball the tree, but then couldn't get the nerve roll. So that's what happened, just in case you're wondering. So my turn. So the cats just continued their charge into the wavered Great Axe there. So the warlock who's now here, the palace guard charged into him just to get rid of him. So the horses disengaged from Whip, who was wavered. That meant they could see the flank of the Great Axe, so they flanked the Great Axe. These palace guard charged into the young axe, which allowed the dracons, who can now fly still because they weren't hurt, to fly over and front them as well. Basically, I just wanted to get them out of the attention of these 2 units, so I took them over to take the Great Axe out. That's my turn.
We finished the crisps. It's really sad. Oh, there's Dracon's wounds. Are they within 6 of the tree herder?
Who within 6?
The Dracons.
Go for it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Down to 1. Shut up. Radiant supply.
He's within 6. I
did him already. Okay. The bolt throw. Now let's do the warlock first. Right, she's gonna do your war drum. 8 on 5s. And 3s. 3 wounds. Sniper rifle. And then we're gonna kill a troop. Definitely gonna happen. On 4s. Hey! D3. 3. 2s. Hey! Bolt throwers. Second bolt thrower. Oh, Willie. 1. D3. Roll dice. 1. 1. Up to 4. That's fun. Best 180 points I've ever spent. So, war drum.
Yep.
7,
10.
10. Dash 11. So he's alright.
Yep. Same for the
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There you go.
dash 11.
Oh.
I really miss rat kill.
Yeah, me too. Alright,
It'll take me a while to work this out.
let's do the cats. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 4s and 4s. Vicious. Three wounds.
Up to 11.
And they are at 14, 16.
Yep, so 5 to make them go away.
That's a 9. Thundercats! Thunder! Sorry, that's not looking very happy. He's invited me into his home.
I'm fine.
He's taken time out of his working day.
It's just the ignominy of being killed by them without getting a single blow back in return.
How dare you! We'll turn. How rude. Take it back. Gladly died. Killed by cats. My favourite.
Tree herder?
Yeah, tree herder on to whip the outcast. And 9 attacks again. 3s and 2s. That's 6. 6 wounds. So he's up to
12.
12.
I think I'll be a double 1 then, pretty much. Yep, double 1. He is inspired though.
Alright then.
So you got 2 tries to roll low. Nope. Nope.
I'm going to overrun, see if I can hit your dude.
You're going to hit your own unit first, I think.
3. Oh. So. Yeah. Okay. I wish I had life leech. That would be cool.
I mean, they are slightly further forward, but you're still going to hit them before you hit him.
Yeah. Oh, yes, they are further forward, aren't they?
Yeah. But that will still be.
So he's going to be there, isn't he?
Well, no, because you've still got unit.
But they're forward, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're there.
Oh, I see.
They're only forward, not that way.
Got it. Let's do Palace Guardian to you.
Oh, I forgot that was there.
Do you want me to roll it, or should I double one it?
Just double 1 it.
Because that's silly.
We've not got clocks, so it doesn't matter anyway. Nah,
11?
11. You didn't even hit the wound.
No.
Do you want to go forward, or are you just going to make a big mess of?
Well, I'm going to get really
confusion?
clogged up if I go forward.
Yeah.
So I think I'll just turn.
Turn to face what?
Turn so I can at least come up this way or something.
Yeah.
Without getting clogged too badly.
This battle report is a great example of how not to play orcs.
Not particularly how to play Elves, if I'm honest, but... Alright, let's do Palace Guardian to these big chaps.
Yep.
So these are the vicious ones.
The elite vicious nasties, yes.
Let's see how much of a
I'm
Death
taking nerve
Star-
dice out this time.
Oh yeah. Let's just pick them up again. That's the advantage dice, but too much like my other dice. Alright, so 3s and 3s.
Now you're rolling in the middle here.
Elite vicious here. Let's see how much of a shock troop they are.
Pretty.
Do you know what?
What?
That's 30 dice.
Yep. They've got 30 attacks, so you've been saying? Or are they different to these?
They have 25 attacks.
Off we go again then!
That's called cheating. I'm so sorry. I don't think they've killed anything.
I don't know.
Well, in which case, whole game null and void. Null and void.
It's fine.
No, I'm really sorry.
Oh, this, for me, is entirely about starting to get my head around a new army.
So he's killed things right, 25.
Wow, your elite has worked for you on this one at least.
Yeah. I'm glad I remembered that before someone pointed out how much I was cheating, because it always hurts my feelings.
That didn't work so much.
No, the elite didn't quite come off then. Oof! That is not what you wanted.
Yes, it is. Exactly what I wanted. Defense 4.
3s again. Vicious. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
It's still a good number.
Not on a 24,
Still 50%.
26 unit or whatever it is.
Still 50% of your attacks.
Should be better than that.
Not really. Two-thirds of two-thirds.
Okay, so 22, 24.
Yeah.
So I need
With a war drum.
a double 6 twice to kill them, or a 10 to waver, right?
They are 22, 24 with rallying. Everything sparring, sorry.
10 to waver.
Yeah.
That's 7. Ooh, right, fine. Okay, so
The big mess.
these guys in the flank
Yeah.
is hindered,
Yeah.
so it's 14, 28. 28 on 4s with CS, with Thunderous 1. Was I off the hill?
No, that was the turn before, wasn't it?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I was, yeah, it was. So just Thunderous 1.
Yep. So 3s.
4s and 3s.
2 more 1s in the middle there for you.
Thank you. I didn't keep quiet.
What's the point?
Oh, really? Alright, 4s.
Yep, and then 3s.
Alright. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
That's up to 14. That's a double 1 already, isn't
14,
it? Very
16,
much.
yeah. Just ones are 18 in the front. No, they're 16, 18.
And 16, 18. So technically,
4, 6, 8, 12, 16, 18 in the front.
Yep.
3s. Are they hindered? 4s. Really? That's a lot.
Yes.
And crush 1. So 3s again.
Double 1
2, 4, 6.
with a reroll.
Lots.
Yeah. Even with a heal, that's
Here
still
comes
going
the
to be
double 1. Oh, that's an 8. Oh, hey.
Alright, is that everything?
Yeah.
Turn that off then because
I'll do the reform afterwards, yeah.
All right. So just this is the reform. So it's not much of a reform, just the Dracon's turn really. I think. Yeah. No, that was it. Just the Dracon's turn. But anyway, not very interesting. So turn whatever it is now. The Crudger went into the flank of this Palace Guard horde, and the Young Axes remained engaged. And then the War Drum flank charged the Stormwind, and this little chap just kind of jumped in to try and offer some blocking to stop me trying to get as close as possible to the centre. So let's take a look.
Alright, so we're going to toast the Tree Herder again. Without cover, so 4s. Oh! Still 6s.
Still 6s.
1! Again! He's back up to 10.
That is it for the shooting, I think. Yes. The mighty shooting has not really, existed.
Dash 18 twice. I shouldn't mock. Not funny, is
You
it?
enjoy the mockery.
I do a little bit.
Right. The War Drum.
War Drum in the flank.
It's a monster. So it does double its attacks.
So 6 attacks.
Melee 4. 1 hit.
Oh dear. That's 5. Crush 1.
Crushing 1. It's a wound.
1 wound. So at least I lost my Thunderous.
Yes. At least I actually did a wound this time, unlike my mighty hero of the Orc Cruncher. He was going to go next.
Oh, here he is.
3s.
Trying to make up for his pitiful failure last time.
And 2s.
2s, yeah, because he's crushed 1. No, he's in crush 2.
At least crush 2, yeah.
Yeah, he's crushed 2. So 2 wins. Is your newly built house like watertight, by the way?
Yes, it is. Is he not getting Thunderous Charge?
That's weird for being on a crutch, isn't it?
It doesn't say he has Thunderous Charge.
I guess he doesn't then.
Mount Ulagor, increasing speed to 8 and changed Hero Cavalry.
No Thunderous.
Not Thunderous Charge.
Oh.
Anyway, 2 wounds.
2 wounds on the old Palace Guard.
Yeah, I need 25 attack. Dice for the young ones.
That's 25, not 30. Do you
I'm
want to roll 30 because I cheated before? So,
I think that was the least of my concerns with how I played this one. Young Axe. It is 25.
okay. Crush 1.
Yeah, I'll crush 1.
So 3s, 4s and 3s, yeah?
Melee 4 plus.
4s and 3s. Got shaky hands again.
About even. About average.
And 3s. I might survive this. He says,
Most likely.
Ah.
Yeah, with that many 1s and 2s.
Ooh. Wow. 7.
Yep. It's one
So
9.
we're up to 9.
Don't think I can do anything.
What's that?
20.
22, 24. I believe. 22, 24.
Oh.
And that is a bloody good roll as well.
Yes, would have been nice to do something.
I offer you my sympathies.
It's all good. It's all good. You have utterly destroyed the Orcs.
Yay! Turn 6.
All right, so we're into a bit of a mop-up operation now. Sorry to say. So my cats and my palace guard just kind of trundled down. I think palace guard might get within 12, probably won't. Doesn't really that important. So the Stormwind, who were charged by the War Drum with its terrible roll, rather than countercharge, went into the character in front because the tree herd had a flank onto the War Drum, so took that. King went into the... Is it Godspeaker? A Godspeaker? Might be. Not sure. Yes. Dracons then took the charge into the other character that's left. Oh, did they? No, there was no character there. That's right. They didn't bother charging anything, actually. They just kind of hopped over to be within 12, so no one can charge them. And then the Palace Guard countercharged the Young Axe. Yeah, so pretty simple.
Yeah.
Alright, so we've got nothing to shoot.
It's all dead.
Everything's... We might be able to shoot here, but we don't know if the rules are right. No, we're not going to do it. Okay, what should we do?
Well, it's up to you.
Sure. She's got no to shoot either.
No.
Very sad.
Everything is literally dying in combat.
Okay, so let's... yeah. I don't know.
This end? That end?
I'll do this one. Let's do this, the big one. So taking 5 of them out. So...
And the nerf dice.
Yes, thank you.
2 ways to cheat this game.
Yes. That's how I win. Cheating. 25, 3s and 3s. Really vicious. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Keep moving the scenery.
I hear your dice come in packs of 3.
Yeah. I saw that. Vicious.
Oh, there's 1 in there that didn't. 2 in there. 3 or 3? 3.
Ouch. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. That's 20 wounds.
So that's 32 damage. I need another d20. They are inspired. No.
They're gone.
They are. Goes the wheel.
Oh, well.
I have no idea how that works. I have to look that up.
Cavalry on them.
Yep.
4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 on 4s. Thunderous. Did they take a wound loss? No, because who charged them? Oh, the
that goes away. That goes down to
9.
And that goes down to 4.
And that goes away as well. But they still took a wound loss, so they still lost their Thunderous.
Yes.
Thanks. So it's 4s. 4s and 4s.
Elite. Elite's really good.
Isn't it? Isn't it though?
So much better than Vicious.
I definitely agree. And 4s. He's not going to die, is he? Just to annoy me. 5 wounds.
5 wounds. Totally not looking up another stat on it.
Why do you have stats?
He is 9-11 with the water nearby, so he is 11-13.
7 and 5.
12 wavered.
Oh, for goodness sakes. So irritating. Just die.
Very dodgy camera work from me.
Tree herder on your
laughing
wardrobe.
too much.
So
in the flank.
18 attacks. 3s and 2s. And 2s. Why can't I roll like this when I'm playing competitions? You know, that would be really nice.
Because you've used all your luck up on some schmuck in a practice game.
Jeez, I'd rather play a schmuck in a practice game, if I'm honest.
10 more
2,
wounds.
4, 6, 8, 10.
So that's up to 13.
Dash 11.
With a reroll. No.
He's drummed his very last drum. Boom, 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 boom. A kind of sad drum. And we'll over.
There's a God Speaker. Versus, yeah.
3.
Just up to there, yep.
Does it get over in 12? Who knows? So this guy's going to do 10 attacks. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2s and 3s.
This one you got elite.
2.
hitting on 2s.
Hitting
What
on
is this?
2s.
What is this madness?
3s. Which, yeah, vicious.
So
Oh!
4 wounds.
4 wounds.
He might be all right. So counts as 5.
15.
He is the inspiring one. 7 plus 5 is
11,
12. Totally know where he is in the book.
What is he?
Is he Godspeed? There we go. 10, 12. He's gone. So, if you want to do the roll to see whether there's another round of killing the orcs.
Look, you've got a good chance. You've got a Crudger and a little man. There is no turn.
There is no turn 7, which is probably very good for the orcs.
Well, we're done.
Yep.
Sorry.
Want the Ratkin back.
So yeah, first time with the Orcs, how do you feel about them?
I feel I need to start a game with the army list.
I don't know, I have no experience of playing Orcs whatsoever. I think
Nor have I. I don't think it didn't do what I thought it was going to do.
Yeah.
With the scout move, it sounds like you're going to be, but
yeah.
you're not.
Well, I kind of
I need to give it a few more goes.
Yeah. Well, I put all my stuff onto one side with the sole intention of punching through that side and sweeping around, which is what I did. So all the stuff on the other side was kind of a bit out of place, but that's just normal, I think, for elite armies. But you did have the advantage of deployment. So, but then even if you bunched up, I suppose layer upon layer is better, rather than strung out. Because if you've got like with rats, if you've got layer then layer then layer. Look at me, like I'm an expert. I like the idea of how to play Orcs.
What I need to do is finish reading the rulebook. That's my problem.
It's a good start. It's a good start. Good game. I hope you enjoyed watching it and watched me cheat, which is normal. Cool, and we'll see you next time. Oh, I'm supposed to do dramatic pose. Dramatic pose! Matt, do a dramatic pose! Matt, do it!
I already feel like the whole dramatic pose thing it's not catching on in the way that I imagine. So yeah, well, we won. Possibly not the fairest of victories, given that I cheated all the way through, which is becoming worryingly normal. At some point, I'm actually going to know how to A, play the game, and B, how to play my own army lists. But anyway, Matt's a very good sport, and I really appreciate him having me around his house. What a nice guy. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to yell at me for being a cheat in the comments, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.